I'm late, but I'm still great. Don't hate. Just wait for me to skate down your way with something brand new to say. What's happening? What's good, y'all? TikTok, while it's just us, I appreciate the platform and the opportunity to use this platform to connect with like-minded individuals. TikTok monitors. With this said, we're going to do our best to maintain a TikTok-friendly environment and use this platform to edify, educate, and even do a little bit of uplifting. What's happening, y'all? Peace, light, and love to you. Good vibration, good energy, good health to everybody that can see me and hear me. We still got the present. What's happening, man? I've been hearing that my lives are not coming across the For You page. In my lives, like people not getting notifications that I'm live. I don't know why. So if you haven't been getting the notification, I've been going live, but it may be because I've been kind of turned up here a little bit lately, and it might be why we ain't gonna trip. If you do come across your page, and it might be why we ain't gonna trip. If you do come across your page, peace to you, light, love, good energy, good health to you. This is Bible deconstruction. Is what this is, breaking the spell of what they call Christianity. It's what we do here for the people that are coming out of the tyranny of Christianity, for the people who are coming out of the psychological, look at the picture, for the people coming out of the psychological warfare and the psychosis of not knowing who and what you are and this being considered normal, right, and good. So what's happening? Before I get into my trigger warnings, y'all know how I got to start this thing out. Now I got to remind myself, if nobody else, let me remind myself that I still have the present. No matter what's going on, no matter what nobody think about me, no matter what nobody feel about me, no matter what nobody say about me, I still have the present. I went to sleep in the present. I woke up to the present. And it is not up to anybody else whether or not I get to have the present. It's a wonderful gift. It's called the present because it is a gift and it is not a coincidence. They've been lying to you about everything. The present is a gift. And it is a gift because you did not earn it and you owe nothing for it. So that's what makes it a gift. The miracle of it is nothing for it. So that's what makes it a gift. The miracle of it is that the gift called the present that we receive because of the goodness of the giver, by the way, meaning that the present that we receive was not contingent upon or dependent upon our behavior or what we knew, thought, or believed. We got the present, the gift, all because of the goodness of the giver of the gift. That's all it have anything to do with. That the gift giver was so good. That's why we got it. That's how we got it. Because the giver of the gift was wonderful and gracious and loving and kind. And here we receive this miraculous gift called the present that it never get old. Bodies get old. Mind states get old. But this thing called the present, each moment of it is always new. Don't get mad at me because you call it Thor's Day. I don't know Thor. Never met Thor. Don't got nothing to do with Thor. But the present, though, hey, man, I can't help but appreciate the gift of it, the miracle of it. Like each moment, hey, man, I've gotten gifts that got old, but not this one. Each moment of it. If that ain't a miracle, I don't know what is. Show me something, show me a gift you can get from somebody, and it's going to always be new. But this gift received from mother and father, hey man, it stay new. Now you got some people out here, they might call it Thursday and they want you to try to convince you that you owe somebody or something for this gift. But they are lying to you. They lying. Or either somebody or something for this gift. But they are lying to you. They lying. Or either they just have no understanding of what a present is and want to take it and not make the present about the goodness of the giver, and they want to make the present about their deservedness of it. These are the people, they may come to you and tell you that life is an eternal reward that one must seek. But life is a gift, and it's always the present. It's always now. That's what eternity means. Eternal mean always. It is a gift, not a reward. But then let me issue my trigger warning before I get into the meat of it. But the meat of it, just so you understand, is that Christians come to you with the threat of hell. But in the Christian book, in the creation narrative, the creation of hell is not mentioned. But then when it does speak of heaven, it says so many people there that no man could number. The creation narrative in your book does not mention the creation of a hell from start to finish. You can't point to the verse and show me this is where on this day God created hell. It's not there. It is a Christian invention. And justice being what it is because it is theirs and it belongs to them, well, you get to get what belongs to you. You get yours back and we get ours back. So where did hell come from? It came from Christianity. You heard me. That's where it came from. It's there. It belongs to them. According to their Bible, God didn't create it in the creation narrative. So who made it? They say you go to certain Christian congregations and they're going to tell you everybody's going to hell except them. But you read Revelation, it say it was so many in heaven that no man could number how many people were there. Say of every nation, tongue, tribe, they're just from everywhere. Can't even count them. But let the Christians tell it, ain't nobody going. And they want you to believe and accept their hell. And I need you to start calling it, when you talk about hell, call it the Christian hell, because it's theirs. Make sure that you assign ownership to it, so everybody know who hell belong to. So they make sure they get what's theirs. Catch it if you can. Trigger warning to you if you have not begun the process of deconstructing your religious belief system. As you can see, you may hear some things that, because it disagrees with what you believe in, you might find it triggering or offensive. As they say, man, people ain't even been getting the notifications that your boy on here. It might be because I talk about stuff like this and the stuff I'm finna get into after I get through with these trigger warnings. It might be why they really, don't want to let nobody know I'm on here talking, man. I might have to just creep up on here and catch you slipping, and you done flip down here and hear me say something so real, you had to stop and listen to some more. That's usually how it go. But because it's the present, and we not inside their time in this space. Man, in the world, they call it Thor's Day. In veneration of Thor. The picture on the wall, they worship him on Sunday, because he represents the personification of the sun. Let me show you what celestial body Thor is the personification of. We showed you yesterday that they got Odin as the personification. I think it was Mercury. Yeah, they are personifying these. You didn't know? Oh man, your pastor ain't taught you nothing. Bless you. Are you waiting on the monster to come out of the damn sea? Because that's why they be suppressing my lives. They say my language, man, and then I'm so arrogant. Man, I'm so arrogant on top of it, man. But my arrogance ain't send nobody to hell. Last time I checked, me being my arrogance ain't condemned nobody to hell or convicted nobody of no sin. But hey, man, we just, my arrogance is the issue. So Thursday is God of Thursday, God of thunder. And it is the day of Jupiter. So we are the personifying the celestial body Jupiter, just like on Sunday you worship Jesus, who is the personification of the sun. Well, I don't know about you. I can't speak for you. I am the personification of the soul. It's the difference. We're going to show you the difference between the soul and the sun today. We're going to show you the difference between the kingdom where Christ is and the world where Jesus is today. Man, it might be hard for you to follow this one. Because when we talk about the creation narrative, you got in your mind that when it said the seventh day, it was talking about an amount. And it wasn't talking about no amount. It wasn't nobody counting but you. We'll help you understand what it means today, show you how your pastors been lying to you. And this was not taught to me, it was revealed. Peace, light, and love to you if you're rocking with me. What's happening, man? You know, I ain't got my glasses on, so I really can't see your comments, but I just want to help you understand in the course of these trigger warnings why I'm not trying to hear what you call right or good according to your belief or doctrine. One of them is because of the picture on the wall that you call right and good. And another one is because you call today Thursday, in veneration of the god of thunder and the personification of Jupiter. Skyfather, Jove. In Canaanite, it was Baal. In Greek, is Zeus or Enlil. This is who you're dealing with on Thor. It's who you're venerating. That's the god on Thursday. Just so you know, before you get in my comment section typing about what you think is right or wrong about what I'm saying. Do you know what day it is? Do you know which way up is? For you get in my comment section thinking because what you believe in, you get to tell me about right or wrong. Do you know which way up is? You be surprised how many don't. Oh, man, bless your heart. What's happening? Peace, light, and love. So what I want to get with you about today is to help free your mind from the chains and the tyranny of the concept of hell that the Christians gave you. That is a Christian invention. So that you can give them back their hell and you can give them back their God and remember who you are. To demonstrate to you that the translators and the compilers of the Bible had no understanding of what it meant, I want to show you the creation narrative. I'm going to repeat what I'm saying. I've done it many times, but I'm going to do it again because they've been repeating the lie to you for a very long time. So you haven't gotten the truth. So we're going to give you the truth as it has been revealed to demonstrate to you that your pastors and your preachers and the Christian colleges had no understanding of the information in this book. And what they taught you was their understanding. But I'm going to demonstrate to you that what has been revealed to me is true, not right. I don't care what you call right. I'm going to demonstrate to you that it's true. For those people that don't understand what a day is, according to your book, the Bible, the light is the day. And I talk about this a lot, but I'm going to take my time like I ain't never talked about it before. The light is called good. It is the first of creation, and it is called day. At this point in the narrative, at the creation of the light, at this point in the narrative, at the creation of the light, in the evening and the morning being called the first day, the sun, moon, or stars have not been mentioned. This is your Bible. This is your book. I'm not making this up. I'm going to show you your pastors and your preachers cannot teach you what's in it. If the light is created first and called day, what is it measured by? What is the day measured by? Because you don't have a sun, moon, or stars or constellation to measure it by. For those who say, well, you see, a day was like 1,000 years, because the Bible say a day is as 1,000 years is 365,000 sunsets. 1,000 years is 365,000 sunsets. Ain't no sun yet. Remember? Because 1,000 years, what I'm saying is 1,000 years can be measured. By what? What you measure your years and your days by? The sun. Ain't no sun to measure nothing by. So what you measuring the day by? How long was it? What's the period of it? Do you understand what a day is? Well, what is the light? That's the question. And this is my contention to the fake, phony, false pastors. The light that's created is not a light that you can see with your eyes. It is a light that you experience in your mind. The light cut on from the inside, and it is a light that you experience in your mind. The light cut on from the inside, and it is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the self. Beyond this, the light is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, period. It's not measured in sight. It's measured in awareness and consciousness. And there is full consciousness, the most high point, and then there is subconsciousness, sleep state, unconscious. That's day. Conscious is day, subconscious is night. You experience consciousness, you experience subconsciousness. You do not see, touch, taste, or smell it. So from the very beginning, what your pastor taught you is some bullshit. From words they go. Why is it important to understand the difference between the light and the sun? Well, is not the sun personified in the constellations and the sun? We just got through talking about how each day of the week is named for a celestial body, and each one of them are personified. These are the lights, the stars in the sky. But what about the light? What is the personification of it? When you understand that the first light is soul, that's what soul is. Who is the personification of soul? Who they say got soul? You got the personification of the sun, moon, and stars. And then you got the personification of the light. Look the same, though. Look the same. Is everybody with me on the same page? But the difference is the light was made first. The light is spoken to existence first, according to the narrative. And it's called good. Off the muscle. Because, you got a religious institution that their main goal is to convict you of your sins. They got to convict you of them before they can save you from them. We're going to get to the one that like to convict you and accuse you and bring up everything you ever did wrong and remind you of it. It's just how he get down. He dress it up and make it ritualistic and sound good, but the ultimate goal is to convict you and remind you of everything you ever did wrong and tell you that you're unworthy and in need of salvation. But the ultimate goal is to convict you and remind you of everything you ever did wrong and tell you that you're unworthy and in need of salvation. Then you got another one in this creation narrative. Death is not mentioned. Sin is not mentioned. Everything is created is called very good. So the death and the hell, that didn't come out the creation narrative. What's up with these stars and why we got lights and we got stars? Because the light is the real deal and the stars are the representation or the symbol of the real deal. And if any time one must be sacrificed, well, we just always get rid of the symbol. Look at the picture on the wall, but we keep the understanding. Because we understand the difference between the light and the symbol of it. We know where the light is. Where is the light? Where is your soul? They say the kingdom is within you. Just so happens, so is your soul. Because if you understand who the light is and what the light is and where the light is, then you understand why I say the average Christian don't know which way up is. That's why they don't like to let people know I'm going live. I say stuff like this boldly. You don't know which way up is. You're going to point to the sky. You're going to say, yeah, that's up. Where the lights at that God gave us to see by. There they go, right there. Nah, baby, them are stars. I said, where the lights? Where are the lights? Did you not read the creation narrative? Did you not read where it say, let there be lights in the firmament, the greater light to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night? Then it say he made the stars also. So we got a distinction between lights and the stars from the very beginning in your book. Did you not know that? Well, what's the difference between the lights and the stars? Their location. The lights are here. The stars are in the sky. Well, which one is above the other? Which one is above the other? Well, in the kingdom, we orient ourselves. We say up or above is where the kingdom is. So in the world, when you look up, this is what you do. In the kingdom, when we look up, this is what we do. You see how it's different? When you're looking for light in the world, you look for that. And you try and trace it, and you're looking for the lights that you're tracing. And in the kingdom, we look at this light to see what's what. We see by that light, the light from heaven. Do you not? The kingdom of heaven, and then you got the heavens, and then you got the kingdom. You got the heavens, you got the kingdom. The kingdom consists of the firmament, which is what is called heaven, and earth, and then you got the world that's outside of that. The difference between heaven and earth and the world is our mind state and the way that we orient ourselves. In the world, it's Thursday. In the kingdom, it's always the present. In the world, they count their days, sunrise and sunset. In the kingdom, we look for a certain type of consciousness or awareness to arise. And that's how we measure our day, our day. We realize that this rise of consciousness may take a few generations. That's why I said that we are outside of time in the kingdom. I'm just despookifying it for you so you can understand it's here. It's what's happening. Light and darkness are separated, but they look the same to the physical eye. The difference is what's within them that make it light or darkness. So what is called the firmament in the Bible, when it is created, is not called good, but it is a separation point between the waters. But it is called the firmament, and the firmament is called heaven. It is not called good. I say this a lot because people need to understand what make it good. Well, on the fourth day, you get the lights put into the firmament, and then not only do on the fourth day do you get the lights put into the firmament, on the fourth day you also get the stars put into the sky. Because see, a separation had to take place in the kingdom. Do you remember there was a war in heaven? So what is the separation? Well, you got some of these lights, stars, sons of heaven that were cast out of the kingdom. So they had to be separated. So we're going to put them in the heavens, but they not going to be allowed to be in the kingdom. We're going to put them below the kingdom. So according to the narrative, this is why the stars are in the sky, and the sky is considered below you from the kingdom's perspective, because nothing is above the kingdom. And the lights are in the firmament, the heavens. That's where we at. But the stars are in the sky. They represent the fallen ones. The stars in the sky represent the fallen ones. It's not the sun or star. It's not the picture on the wall, a personification of the sun. It's not the sun or star. It's not the picture on the wall, a personification of the sun. Did I not tell you that those of us with soul, we are the personification of the first light? But you got those in the world that all they know is the light of the sun, moon, and stars and the personification of them. What did you learn from the stars? Time. You got caught up in their time. Right? I say we outside of time. You speak of God, you speaking outside of time. But those who got caught up under the stars, those who see the stars as above them, they are caught in time. We stepping outside of time, y'all. Before you had a 12-month year and a 7-day week, you had the present. After the 12-month year and the 7-day week, guess what? You're going to still have the present. It ain't going to change. That's why I say in the kingdom it's always lit. Because you realize you come into the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the sun don't never set. So where you got this system that you count yourself? See, you got some people, the Bible, as you know it, People that wrote those books didn't write those books with the intentions of them all being compiled together, woven together into some narrative. The people that compiled it together to fit a narrative had that agenda. Narrative. The people that compiled it together to fit a narrative had that agenda. And it's hard for you to separate the compilers of the book from the people who first began to transmit this information. We're going to help you do that today. The script is the lowest form of communication. And when we talk about the Most High, well, we deal with the Most High in the Most High ways. And the Most High form of communication is nonverbal. Revelations. It comes from the kingdom. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. It usually come after somebody drop a word on you. Boom. And now after that word gets dropped on you later on, bam. It'll sink all the way in what you just got through listening to. It's usually how it works. But they got you running around here scared of being punished for all eternity if you get something wrong. And that your life in this gift called the present is some type of transaction that you owe for or else. This is the mentality of a slave master, of someone who seeks desperately to enslave you. All they got to do is convince you that you owe. A debt slave. You was born in sin. You was born in debt. You was born owing. If they can convince you of it, they got you. So my people are waking up, right? Let me look at these comments if they listening. If anybody listening, man. They gave you hell. They invented hell. It said that if you don't do this, what we saying, and believe this, what we telling you, you going to hell. But they cannot show you in the creation narrative where hell was created. You can read the creation narrative front and back over and over. You will not find the creation of a hell. I'm just saying that if you stop and think about how can someone mean you any good? You got the creation narrative and everything is called very good. Nothing else to be done. Ain't no death. You got the creation narrative and everything is called very good. Nothing else to be done. Ain't no death, sin, or hell mentioned. And you got a belief system bringing you all three, but claiming to be doing you some good. You got a belief system that's coming in the door seeking to convict me and remind me of everything they say I ever did wrong. Yet you'll find in your Bible that your God say if one was to repent and not do that no more, that's what repenting is. Don't do that no more. I'm not going to remember your sins no more. I'm not going to mention them to you no more. I'm going to repeat that. You're going to say, well, that only apply to the children of Israel. And to you, the children of Israel is an ethnic group from a geographical location. Children of Israel is an ethnic group from a geographical location. Because you got your understanding from the Romans. But that's not what Israel is. It is not an ethnic group or a geographical location. It's a state of mind. It is a state, indeed, but a state of mind that implies a state of struggle. He who struggles with the mighty one. El, Mighty one. This picture on the wall, the God of the world right now, that one, that's the mighty one that Israel struggled against. See, we fight gods. It's what make you Israel. This state of mind. I don't care what you look like, where you are. If it ain't in you to go to war with the God of this world and resist him and fight him with the sword of your tongue and make it sharp, you ain't Israel. But according to your book, the word Israel comes from a guy in the narrative that was struggling with an angel. And the angel touched his hip, told him, I'm going to change your name to Israel because you have both overcome men and God. And that's indeed why you were told in the beginning, subdue the earth, fill the earth, and subdue it. Subdue means conquer, overcome, bring under subjection. What do you got to overcome? What do you have to subdue? What do you have to bring under? There's a struggle that you're going to engage in against who? The God of this world, the Prince of Darkness. That's what the picture represents. Lies, ignorance. It is a physical representation of ignorance and lies. The personification of the sun and those that worship it in ignorance. Because it's the only way you can worship Satan, in the dark. The reason it sounds different is because I'm giving you the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding contained in the book anciently from oral tradition, and I'm giving it to you in order. You got the go spell first. So you learned the book backwards, because another part of Satan worship, another component of Satan worship, if you didn't know, is you got to do stuff backwards. That's how you see the highest form of worship is imitation. So when you do stuff upside down, backwards, or out of order, that's a representation of a type of darkness, ignorance. Because the reason you doing it out of order is because you ignorant of the order it's supposed to go in. You moving in darkness. That's how you worship Satan, in ignorance. So when you understand what the light is and why it come first, in the creation, but what was already there before you get to the light? The kingdom was already there. The king's dome was already there. The darkness was already there. The waters was already there. The spirit was already there. The kingdom is an eternal one. It don't have a beginning or end. So if you crying about the end of the world, it's because you in ignorance. Ain't no end to eternity. I thought you said you were part of a kingdom. What was you worried about the end of a world for? Did you not know in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth? What did it say about a world? Who is the God of the world? Yeah, the world supposed to crumble. Who is the God of the world? Yeah, the world supposed to crumble. Who is the God of the world? Yeah, the world supposed to crumble. Who is the God of the world? Yeah, the world supposed to crumble. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I need to let y'all know when my live start repeating itself, there is nothing wrong with my internet. What I'm saying is so real and so profound that the ether is making it replay. This is not my ego or arrogance. This is just how I'm choosing to see it. It's something being so real being spoken that the ether itself want to pause and run it back to you a few times to make sure you got it. This is just how I choose to see it. Catch it if you can. But I do want to ask, what is it about this content that I get? Catch it if you can. But I do want to ask, what is it about this content that I create that's so dangerous? What is it about what I say and what I speak on that's so dangerous to the TikTok community. If anybody feel like what I'm saying is offensive, what is it about what I'm saying is offensive to you? I would really like to know. But I'm trying to wake my people up and remind my people the best I can to quit fearing their hell and get them their hell back. The mighty ones, your ancestors, the God, the Elohim, we always deal with the Most High. Let's go from the Most High. If you understand some of this your first time listening, in case you thinking I'm just on here tripping and talking. The unseen, the source, the creator, I believe this is a designed and intentional, that this is not just the source, the creator. I believe this is a designed and intentional, that this is not just random, that we just random happen to be here. I don't believe that. The creator, source, the energy that cannot be created or destroyed, whatever that you want to term it as, there is no title or name that will do it justice. So I can only address the concept in what I believe to be my relation to it. And because I relate to this energy, this source as creator, then the most high form of addressing it, the concept, is mother and father. But I don't have a name or a title. Last time I checked, in those type of relationship, parent-child relationship, it's the parent that named the child anyway. Child don't name the parent. And this is a true statement. I came from my mother and father. It's true. Then we get into the most high application of the term, when we see father as power and mother as wisdom, or, knowledge is power. And wisdom is knowledge manifest or apply. How does wisdom apply and manifest that knowledge? By producing, by giving birth to. You express the knowledge in your wisdom. You express it when you speak it, and your speech demonstrate your understanding. Let there be light. The speech, the saying, the phrase was a demonstration, expression of knowledge and wisdom, manifest. This is what's being described. So when we say it's an eternal kingdom, because anybody that you ask where they came from, they're going to say their mother and father, and they're going to say, well, who did they come from? Well, they mother and father, and they mother and father. And you going to keep, then somebody going to say, well, damn, you just going to keep all the way back forever? And then you say eternal kingdom, don't that mean forever? Mother and father, forever? What that mean? Well, why the application of it got to be spooky? Other than who we are, ain't we? Other than who we are, ain't we? But yeah, Mike check, appreciate the support. Yeah, because they've been telling me again that, man, people say they is not getting notified when I go live. And I was telling somebody, man, it might be because of the way I present it. They may feel like it's dangerous. It might rile somebody up. Or, people complain when you challenge their belief system. But what I'm demonstrating to the people that's listening is that you've been taught something about the creation narrative that is not true. But they taught you according to their understanding, because their understanding came from the Christian college. And the Christian college curriculum ultimately come from Rome. And the Roman understanding of these scriptures. The lowest form of communication is script. The highest form of communication is nonverbal. Revelation, so, of these scriptures. The lowest form of communication is script. The highest form of communication is nonverbal. Revelation. So what happened was understanding would come to people. And they would speak on it. When you speak on this understanding that came to you from the King's Dome, this is testimony. Because you're dealing with testaments. And when you get the revelation, you get the understanding, the now I get it, the eureka moment, and you speak on it and you share it, you relate it. This is a testimony of the light of the kingdom. Because light is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Testifying to something. The people that hear this testimony, they hear it, they receive it as prophecy. Man, say this some of the same thing. I see the same thing he see. Yeah, oh, okay. And if they don't get it then they gonna get it later. Man, that dude just spoke on it the other day, and then here it is, I'm seeing. They receive the testimony as prophecy. Now they gonna go and they gonna tell people about it. They gonna relate it in the best way that they heard. Eventually, it's gonna work its way down to script. And then so the revelation is gonna come from on high, from heaven, from here, then out of the mouth, then to the ears. And it's gonna come to somebody else's mind, somebody else's heart. It's gonna work its way, and then it's gonna work its way down from heaven into the world as script. And the world only understands script. They don't get the revelations. They don't get them. They don't hear. This prophet's all around them. They can't hear them. The world need the script, because in the world, upside down and backwards, for the world, the script is the highest form of communication. In the world, it don't count unless you document it. In the kingdom, long as you know you did it, that's all that matters. The world will deny that. You didn't do that. You didn't document it. You didn't write it. Oh, we don't got to count it then. You see what I'm saying, how the kingdom in the world is different. Look the same. We in the same place. It's just a state of mind. Why is the world like that? Why the world see things like that? This was called being in the dark. And they under the lesser light, the picture on the wall, that governs the darkness. So let me help you understand what the lesser light that govern the darkness is. So let me help you understand what the lesser light that govern the darkness is. Because we didn't say a star. We said a lesser light. So where is the lesser light? The lesser light is the part of your mind that the sun is a symbol of. The lesser light is the part of your mind that you call what you are conscious of, what you are aware of. And all you go by, all you see by, all you know by is what you conscious of and what you're aware of. You accept nothing else as real. This is considered the lesser light. The greater light is in the subconscious. That's why all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the kingdom rests until it rises again. And when it does, you call it a day. Rises again. And when it does, you call it a day. But until this consciousness rises, it's night for you. I don't care if it's noon. The greater light is in the subconscious, just like the greater light is actually in the night sky. Let's go deep. What did God call night? It didn't have nothing to do with nothing you can see, touch, taste, smell, or hear, just like the light didn't. Night, the darkness was called night, and darkness is ignorance. confusion, lack of understanding, no knowledge, no wisdom, no understanding. Babylon, confusion. That's the night. And you have a lesser light that govern that. Your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is going to have you believing in pictures on the wall as God. Because you're only going by what you're conscious of, what you're aware of. But baby, it's some more game in your subconscious that your conscious mind ain't even firm enough to perceive you. It'll break your mind if the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's in your subconscious was to rise forth before it's time. Everything work according and show up in its proper season. So the lesser light, the govern the night, is that ego. See, you built this ego based off of your conscious mind and what you are aware of, and that being all there was, is, and ever will be, and you built this ego off of it for the world to perceive you as, based on this ignorance, based on this false perception of reality and yourself. But you're going to reach a point of consciousness when you become aware of your perception of reality and yourself. But you're going to reach a point of consciousness when you become aware of yourself beyond what you can see, touch, taste, smell, and hear. When you reach this level of consciousness, that's when you get into the greater light that governs the day. Now we can call it a day, remember? Because now you're in contact with the light. And the greater light, these are the lights of your ancestors, the lights hidden in your DNA, buried deep in there. The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that they ended up in its lowest form, converting into script. But it originally came from you. Those of us with soul, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding came from us. That's why we can break it down like nobody else can, because it came from us. It's real deep. Everybody's still walking with me, understanding what's being said when we say, if you read the creation narrative, there is no mention of hell. It is not mentioned. It's not created. So the concept of hell is purely a Christian invention. It belonged to them. And justice is giving people back what belonged to them. When you realize that the picture on the wall is a representation of a lie, a fabrication, that it represents ignorance. It represents the enslavement of the mind. You understand when we mean the lesser light that governs the night. Anybody got questions? Anybody got comments? And hey, Queen Goddess, I'm gonna get at you soon as I get through, let you know how I played that. I just had to get on here and go live because I couldn't believe this the second time I heard. Man, they not letting people know. Hey, y'all, and I looked on there, people been, liking, following, but I wasn't knowing nobody was getting notification. But I've been on my best behavior today, y'all. I've been good, you know what I'm saying? Because I want everybody to get in here, especially those that like to tell people that they gonna go to hell and they've been told all their life they going to hell. Ask your pastor, show you in the Bible, in the creation narrative where God created hell. Ask him to show you. Yeah. Ask him to show you. And if he can't show you in the creation narrative nowhere and on what day God created hell, ask him why he insists on threatening you with it. Now, when we talk about the bottomless pit, that the angels that left their station are held in chains, that's the time. The chains that you're held in, that's time. And those are the stars in the sky, symbolically. That's the bottomless pit. You go outside of the Earth's atmosphere, it's deep darkness, blackness. And they do not leave their courses as if they were chained to them. And everybody that follow them and call themselves under them are under the same chains in darkness. Not many people, this is not a message that's supposed to be popular, y'all. If you getting this and you understand this, understanding this type of knowledge is not supposed to be popular. Do you not know where we are? We in the world. What does it talk to you about how the world receives light? How does the world perceive light? The world like stars and the personification of stars. We are some weirdos in the world, some to be looked down upon, disregarded. They can't see us. It's a deep darkness that they're in. And there's nothing you can do about it. The sun is going to rise, their consciousness is going to rise in them in its proper season. So what are you supposed to do? What are we supposed to do with this level of understanding, this level of understanding? Be grateful for the present. Be grateful for the present. Start learning yourself, who and what you are. The conviction and the hell is necessary for the religions of the world for you to let their spirit into your mind. The spirit of guilt, the spirit of shame, the spirit of fear. They must first convict you in order to put their spirit in you. That's why as long as you know what you turned away from, you also need to be reminded that you good. Like you ain't never done no wrong in the history of wrong ever. This is according even to their own book. When you take Israel beyond an ethnic group or geographical location, because their understanding is limited to such ethnic groups and geographical location. That's as far as they can see and understand. And because it is their nature for conquest and enslavement, when they read this information and they say, yeah, go get the Jebusites and the Hittites and the Hivites, they think you literally mean, yeah, go do this to these people. These are states. Jebusite means trampled underfoot. It's a state of mind like you already defeated. Head down, beat before you start. You have to eradicate and completely destroy this state of mind in order to establish a state of peace. Jerusalem? You think we talking about geographical locations? I thought we was dealing with the Most High. The first 360 degrees is you looking all the way around yourself and realizing yourself beyond what you can see, touch, taste, smell, and hear. And then you apply this 360 degrees onto another 360 degrees because the understanding, full circle, manifests physics onto another 360 degrees because the understanding, full circle, manifests physically as a square, four corners. Is not four corners 360 degrees? As above, so below. We think, and this type of thinking, this type of consciousness, because it set into the subconscious and rise back into consciousness periodically, seasonally, when it's set to, it is thought to move about in a cycle or circle. When we express this and move about in this plane, we move about north, east, south, west, four corners, 360 degrees. You can take the square and we put the edges of the square, the 90-degree corners, and rearrange them to where they come out to your cross, north, south, east, west. This is the way in the direction of the sun, back and forth, to and fro, up and down. But we got that extra dimension than that picture on the wall, than the stars, because the stars only go back and forth, up and down. It's the only way they can go. We have an extra 2 dimensions, in and out. We go back, forth, up, down, in and out. Not the sun. He can't go in and out of the kingdom. Only back and forth, up and down, below it. Where you been? I've been in the earth going back and forth and up and down in it. You got to understand what's being described and who you are. I'm taking my time on being good, TikTok, using TikTok-friendly language today, just so you can get it. And I'm going to post it on YouTube so you can get it some more. And I ain't passing around no collection plate when I get through. Don't worry about it. You don't owe me nothing. Just pay attention. Before you get in here typing and hating, pay attention. And we will all have to leave out of these bodies one day. We must know where, but I just hope y'all understand why the personification of the sun is below the personification of the soul. I'm just hoping y'all understand what I'm describing. I'm going to repeat it again, because the sun, moon, stars in each and every constellation, in each and every one of their personifications can only go back and forth, up and down. But us, the personification of the soul, we go back and forth, up and down, and in and out of what? The kingdom, where the sun can't go no more. Because the sun is one of the lights, the stars that got kicked out, and he's held in bottomless chain. That's what's being described. We are literally turning everything back right side up in your mind. It's going to take you a while before you can walk on this right here. But just marinate it on. Don't go nowhere on. Just think about it. That's all we asking. Not asking you to convert yourself, switch nothing. Just think about it. Read, see if you get it confirmed what's being said. See if it get confirmed outside of you after we speak here. Yeah, we just helping the people remember who they are. And that's why God is a title reserved for he who is drawn from water. And once he who is drawn from water come into remembrance of our title reserved for he who is drawn from water. And once he who is drawn from water come into remembrance of I am, he gets to wear the title God. But who do he wear the title God to? He say to Pharaoh. Who is Pharaoh to Moses? Pharaoh represent the slave master. Do the picture on the wall look like people call they say your slave masters? You've been drawn from the waters. Guess what you are to your slave masters? You don't got to accept it from me. You can believe Moses was a character that lived thousands of years ago and don't have nothing to do with the state of mind, state of being, state of awareness of being drawn from the waters. What are the waters? Peoples, nations, and tongues. Make you a fisher of men. There's peoples, nations, and tongues. Make you a fisher of men. Draw them from the waters. So when you get drawn from the waters, you read the story of Moses from a different perspective. You understand who and what's being talked about. You are Moses. You were raised in Pharaoh's house with Pharaoh's understanding. So who are you trying to say? You Jesus? Nah, man, I'm Jethro. Right now, I'm Jethro. I'm a friend of the family, reminding you of your family that go way back. Because Jethro is a priest. Priests have to do with a lineage. This priesthood is passed down through bloodline. So Jethro is connected to his ancestry. And because he can go back through the records, he can tell Moses, man, you ain't no Egyptian. Them ain't your gods. Man, you ain't no Egyptian. Them ain't your gods. Man, your understanding sound like you an Egyptian, man. Let me give you some understanding. So in the narrative, Jethro give Moses a daughter. Jethro have 7 daughters because 7 is the number of completion, not amount. And daughter represent understanding in the kingdom. In the world, I don't know what y'all call it, but in the kingdom, in the divine, daughter mean understanding. Jethro gave Moses understanding of who he was. And that's why after Moses left from feeding Jethro's flock, how could he feed Jethro's flock or lead? Because Jethro taught him something. But he was leading Jethro's flock. He went to the burning bush. I'm here to tell you today what ain't no pastor ever taught you. Moses remembered his family tree, what was left of it as far as he could go back to learn who he was. That's why he came back talking about I am and the God of your ancestors. Because before, he wasn't talking like that. Why? Because he was raised in Pharaoh's house with Pharaoh's understanding. Pharaoh didn't teach him nothing about the God of his ancestors. He gonna have to get that from his family tree. Where your family tree at? In your subconscious, in your DNA. That's where you get the knowledge from the gods, from the mighty ones. It's their light, their knowledge, understanding that's contained in your subconscious, in your DNA, that's rising into your consciousness. These are the mighty ones. That's why we in the likeness and image of the mighty ones. Adam is made from dust. Do you know what dust is? Have you ever looked up the definition of the word dust? Did you not know that the Bible differentiates between dust, and dirt, and soil, and fertile ground, and dry land? You know the Bible differentiates between those type of, yeah. But when it's dust specifically, you know what's being implied? Did you know? I bet you didn't. You just read dust and assumed dirt and went to saying, yeah, that's how people got made. You see, God came down and from the dust. You might point to a body that has passed away that is decomposing into dust to show me that this is the proof that that's how it was made and that's where it came from. But that would only be a demonstration of your ignorance, because everybody knows that all creation and manifestation begin with the unseen. Man was made in the likeness and image of the Most High. Adam was made from dust. Everything starts from the unseen. That's the first principle. And I can say this objectively. In the womb, you first become aware of yourself before you can see anything. The unseen and awareness of the unseen come first. Just like a baby. Then, the unseen, whether you're aware of it or not, come first, And then second is the awareness of it. My bad. So when we talk about the creation of man, we have to start with the beginning of the creation and not the end of it. Because dust is after you done live and decompose. Because that's what dust is. But the beginning start with the soul. That's why the creation narrative in Genesis chapter 1 never mentioned dirt or dust in the creation of man, who's made in the likeness and image of the mighty ones. Don't talk about no dust. Because why? The dust or the dirt or whatever you want to see it as is not what make you, you. To the world it is. But we already talked about how the world, which way the world think up. Look who the world called God. Look at the picture. The world called today Thursday. We all know it's the present. Went to sleep in the present, woke up to the present, refused to call it a miracle. I don't know why. But you'll read a translation of a report of a miracle and say, praise the Lord. Did you see that? No, I didn't see it, and you didn't either. But you see right now, you see the present, but you can't see beyond what you are conscious of. And you not conscious. All you conscious of is today is Thursday. You not conscious of is the present. And it ain't dawned on you. It haven't dawned in your consciousness that as far as you can remember, it's always been the present. It's always the present. I might grow, change, but man, you know, each moment, I mean, every moment is the present. It's never not the present. May not have dawned on you that this is a miracle. You might be caught up in the sun, moon, and stars and measuring days and time. Talking about you old and shit. I didn't know eternal got old. My bad. I thought I was eternal. And last time I checked, eternal don't get old. Bodies do. It's going to come a time where my consciousness, with everything that I'm conscious of right now, it may fall back into my subconscious. That's going to just be preparing me for when I return and am born in an infant state again. You know, you live long enough, and sometimes, man, it just so happens you lose conscious control of your ability to speak and control your bowels. It rests. It's set. The sunset. That's night. Y'all, now you know what a day is. Now you know what night is. Now you know why it's not measured by 24-hour periods and never was. And when this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is completion, a full circle, a full cycle, that's a completion of it. We still ain't counting nothing. In the world they are. Not in the kingdom. One time, man, twice a child, yeah, that's the cycle. Even the 4 seasons tell you the narrative of that when they say that the sun is born in the winter. Because they know that the sun is the symbol for your conscious mind. They know that, you just don't. That's your sun. That's your sun. It's your consciousness. It's what you conscious of. So, it's born in the winter. In the winter, it's dark most of the time and the sun sit low. Because you're a newborn and you're not conscious of nothing and you sleep all the time. Then, spring, you a baby. You start, little kid, your child, you running around, you doing your thug thistle, you growing up. Summertime, man, you full grown, full strength. We talking about the sun now. You full grown, you in full strength. Then you get the fall. You back on your descent, man. This is the time of harvest, reaping what's been sown. Then you go back to the winter where you started, but this time not as a child, but as an elder. On your way back, because this is the beginning of infancy. A cycle, a circle. On your way back, because this is the beginning of infancy. A cycle, a circle. It's a story being told without a word being spoken. All you gotta do is observe it. But the world, you have to reduce this to script for them to hear it. Show me that in the scripture, is what they're going to say in the world. Most High going to show you that in the kingdom, whether the world can see it, agree with it or not. Probably won't nobody see it but you. But that's how it go. Yeah. We just rocking, giving it some the people can understand, and I'm doing my best to give you some TikTok friendly language today, because boy, they say wasn't nobody getting the lives. I said, boy, they were looking for a reason to not let nobody get this. I'm trying to find out why it is, what's so offensive about my content, but nobody's ever told me why my content is seemed to be so dangerous. I don't know. Can anybody tell me why this content will be considered dangerous? Anybody have any idea why that would be? Anybody got any questions or comments or want to tell us how we going to hell, and you want to convince us and show us that we deserve it? You welcome to get up here and give us all the hell that you know how to bring in your scriptures. Because it's just some people that just is insistent upon you having hell. And I just be wanting to give it back to them. I be like, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it. Why I got to accept it? Why I got to, and then you won't take your hell. I said I didn't want your belief, and then you leave your hell with me. I be like, man, take your hell. I said I didn't want none of your belief. Include your hell. Take that back with you. Wherever you got it from, take it back where you got it from. You don't want it, but quit trying to give it to me. I don't want your hell, man. Please, I don't want your hell. Leave me alone. You feel me? Just always say F1. That means this is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, and that's another thing, because I've been actively protesting and fighting against the censorship that I feel is racist. The censorship that I feel is racist. And what I'm saying is certain language will get, and what I'm saying is certain language will get is racist. And what I'm saying is certain language will get. Mic check. So you see, this is the ether showing y'all that what I'm saying you need to pay attention to. The ether is making sure that this get ran back. When you see that the live is looping, there is nothing wrong with my internet. The ether really wants you to hear what's being said. That's just how I'm choosing to see what's happening, because I get to look at it however I want to. And I don't have to say that I just said something that offended somebody, so my internet all of a sudden stopped working because I said the wrong thing. I can say I said something so right that the universe itself wanted it to be repeated. Embrace the chaos is what I'm saying. Embrace it. But this is the battle. This is the battle. I'm going to fight you with the sword of my tongue, so you But this is the battle. This is the battle. I'm going to fight you with the sword of my tongue, so you expecting all the, now I didn't know you went lives and this, that, and the third. You going to get all of it. But I need y'all to understand that they consider this content dangerous. And this is why. So I've been pushing back against the racism and the censorship. I've been pushing back against the racism and the censorship. I've been pushing back against the racism and the censorship. Because it seems like everywhere we go, our culture end up being demonized or criminalized unless it's being used to entertain you bitches. I have to say it's for entertainment purpose only for me to speak freely. And my intent is not to entertain. It may be entertaining to you, but no, that's not my intent. So I'm pushing against it. So this is what comes with pushing against being censored. I have a culture. We have a way of expression in our culture, and it is not offensive. And you gonna tell me that it's only not offensive when we use it for entertainment? If I'm telling a joke, rapping or singing or acting in a movie, then it's not offensive? But if I'm just speaking freely or in the lingo of my culture to the people of my culture, it's offensive? To who? The racism and the censorship is what I'm pushing against. That's why I started speaking the way I do on purpose. Because we can read your Bible and talk about genocide, slaughter, and assaulting underage women until you're blue in the face, page after page, chapter after chapter. But if I'm talking to my people and I say, bitch, we ain't trying to hear that bullshit. Oh, no, we ain't gonna let this come across the For You page. But I heard songs on across my For You page with nigga, 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 bitch, hoe, motherfucker, nigga, nigga, all across my For You page. But they was doing it solely for entertainment. In the upside down backwards world, that's cool. But nigga, don't let me catch you talking. You better be singing or dancing or telling a joke, nigga. You better not let me catch you talking, especially about no revolution, get free, y'all really some gods talk. Nigga, that's dangerous. So I push back against it. But I'm just telling the truth. I'm not lying about nothing. You should be offended at the politicians that took all your tax dollars and sent it to Ukraine and sent it to Israel so they could fight wars. You should be upset with the preacher and the pastor that taught you the first day of creation was a 24-hour period. That's who you should be mad at, and then pass out a collection plate when he got through feeding you the bullshit. You should be mad.